Good morning. It has to be said that I really need to give up sugar. It can cause all kinds of things, from type 2 diabetes to heart disease to strokes, and you know what? It's pretty addictive. The main problem I have is I have an addictive personality, and anything that tastes as good as anything with sugar in it, well, basically it's very hard for me to stop doing it. The great thing about having one of these, especially if you're a sedentary being like I am, is that twice a day you have to go out and exercise it, otherwise she becomes unhealthy, and that's not something I can live with. So every day, at least once a day, we come up here because there's lots and lots and lots of room. And then the second one, we go around the streets because that acclimatizes her to where she, you know, sees other people and other dogs, which she's not very good at. And also walking on tarmac keeps the dog's nails down, so it's a win-win. But basically, exercise is the key to keeping yourself healthy, as well as obviously giving up all the bad things. Well, I've given up the drugs, I've mostly given up drinking, it's no longer an issue, and basically sugar's the last one. Oh yeah, smoking too, gave that up. The hardest time for me, I think, is in the evening when you got home from work and maybe you've had a good day and you haven't eaten anything bad, but then you're sitting there and watching TV, a few biscuits, maybe some crisps, or anything that gives you mouth pleasure. That's the key, mouth pleasure, because at the end of the day what we're all looking for is pleasurable experiences, and things with sugar in, sweet things, crisps, all of that, they've all got sugar in and they're all bad for you. Right, the dog's trying to pull me away, so I better go. What's important in this world is that we find out about our nutrition, where our food comes from, and also what harms us the most, and maybe make some changes. Let me tell you exactly what it is I'm going to do. I'm going to give up all added sugar for 1 week and see how I get on. If I can make it longer, then I will make it longer, and we'll see how and what happens. You know, whether I lose weight, whether I feel healthier, whether it, you know, I go through addiction or whatever, you know, go through. When you come off drugs, there's a hard time going cold turkey or whatever, and it's called withdrawal, and it's bad. And I wonder, just wonder, if sugar does the same thing. The other elephant in the room really to talk about is the fact that I do have type 2 diabetes. So therefore, you know, eventually I will have problems with numbness in my feet and, you know, all that kind of stuff that goes with diabetes, maybe even blindness, all that stuff. And my greatest fear is going blind. Obviously, how do you cope with that? So I need to give up sugar. I really need to give up sugar. And it seems to be the hardest demon there is. Let's look into why is it addictive. I guess what I'm really asking myself is, why is it so hard for me to stop eating so much sugar? Cocaine, amphetamine, nicotine, and now sugar all react with a part of the brain that gives you a feeling of well-being or even euphoria when you take it, thus creating cravings when you don't, and therefore withdrawal as well. So sugar is a drug. The thing about sugar is that it's everywhere. Every single product you buy to eat in the supermarket that comes in tins and boxes and whatever has usually got some kind of sugar content in. So, you know, my pasta salad today, it says in a green box saying that it's okay, that it's got 10% of your daily sugar intake. You know, those daily values as well, you know, the amount you should have to stay healthy, as it were. And it's saying that's green, but you think about it, 10% of your daily intake in sugar in your pasta salad for lunch, that's a lot. Coca-Cola cans. So a normal can of Coca-Cola has 10 teaspoons of sugar in it. Most sports drinks have 9 to 11 teaspoons of sugar. That's ridiculous. You think about it, if you have sugar with your tea or coffee, which luckily I don't, but you know, you either have 1 or 2 sugars mostly, you know, you think about it, you drink 2 or 3 cans of Coke in a day, that's 30 teaspoons of sugar. It's ridiculous. How can your body cope with an influx of that? The reason that it happens, obviously, is it makes your brain feel good. It makes, you know, it makes things more palatable. like life, which is the same reason why you take drugs, to escape. You know, if it makes you feel good, why not do it? And the answer to that is because it's always unhealthy. It's not like I'm addicted. Yeah, I can give up any time I don't eat chocolate. I mean, no, just to show you what it's like to eat chocolate. I'm not addicted, really. So I'm going to start on a Monday, today being Friday, and we're going to roll for a whole week, Monday to Monday, and I'll update you every couple of days about how it's going and what's happening. So if you want to follow my journey without sugar, keep watching, subscribe to my channel.